This one. Huh?
Between the chair and the person
Between,
having the floor.
yeah, between the chair and the person who's holding the floor. That's all. So if you want to come this side, you go out and come. Even the Prime Minister one day was, and he was guided to just to go out. It's not that it's done to certain individuals. Yeah.
In fact, I was coming.
No. Honorable, I think I've given the floor. Just, yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
No. You just wait. No, I have given the floor. You want to speak to me? Huh? Just wait. Sorry. Just wait, my brother. I've given. Huh? Not yet. My brother, you are a teacher. You were inducted about the rules. So if the class, okay. Just wait, Honorable. Sorry, my bishop. Thank you very much. I've given the floor to Honorable Eames. If there is an honorable member who wants to take the floor after Honorable Eames, just go back to your seat, and then I will, after that, give you the floor.
Now you can.
Yeah, you can. Now, just wait, Honorable. What we are saying is, Honorable Eames. Okay. Honorables, this is a very simple matter. It's just procedure. You can't go between the maize and the person who's having the floor. That's the rule. So now, if Honorable Ames is standing to take the floor and you want to go, you cannot pass here. You just go and take another route. That is all. Yeah. So, and that is why I'm saying, if there is a member, the floor now I've given to Honorable Eames, and then Honorable, if there is a member, just go back to your seat, and thereafter, whoever requested this, wants the seat, you will be granted the opportunity. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The floor is to Honorable Eames now.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. I'm glad this issue is came to the fore, and I truly believe the Secretariat need to come back again and just sort out some of these things. Last week or a week before, I was actually annoyed that our officers who are helping us in here, they were not even introduced to us. We don't know their names. I made that comment to the Secretariat, and they went to take pictures and they captioned their names and drop on the WhatsApp group of Parliament. It's the same with the officers outside. We don't know who's who. So again here, there's a lot that they knew us don't know. And there was no induction on that. And I truly think the Secretariat should really do that so that we are all now on par, having a better understanding the do's and don'ts within the chamber, so that some of these things don't happen anymore. And for the colleagues who are familiar, it's not something to laugh about, because we were truly not taken through. So I urge, perhaps through you, Deputy Speaker, to take it up now, so that this whole thing is sorted once and for all. We can't be having officers in here and the best you can say is, they have names, and they also deserve respect just like us. The uniform they are wearing is our uniform as citizens of this country. So they come first. Thank you.
Yeah, just wait. Because you want to break rules, you go back now to your chair. Yes, Honorable. Just wait. Did you press?
Thank you very much, Deputy Speaker for the whole committee. I just want to some, how can I call it, maybe some recommendation or maybe some assistance. Because I see, as we are here in the parliament, all of us, we are adults. And there is a deputy chair or the speaker who is there. We can't be all of us to be at the same time the speaker or the same time the deputy speaker. I see it also yesterday when the president was there. There is no respect for the president. We want even to assist the president while the president is talking. And I see also the same here now is happening. Everyone wants to be the deputy speaker. Why can't the deputy speaker use your power in order to control the house? I think it will be okay. It's written. It's well clear. Let us not to be everyone is a speaker or everyone is a deputy speaker. Let us be advised by the people we trust to see. Thank you.
Okay. Deputy Speaker, it's your fault because you said if there's an issue, instead of raising up, we need to find alternative ways. So I was caught in that process of coming to you to whisper. So before you walked in, I was raising this matter with the secretary to say maybe let's move very slowly. So when I asked the speaker, when she asked if there's any objection, and I did that, the point is that we assume that people know. That's what I was hoping to say, that even when you say the chairperson of All House Committee, yeah, those who have read might have known that that's a deputy speaker. Yeah, so that was actually what the conversation we are having is exactly what I was coming to whisper, so that you don't rule me out of order when I stand up. Yeah, so in line with what you had advised, that sometimes it's not always necessary. Let's find alternative ways of raising some of the matters that don't disrupt. I can now see that I'm not supposed to be in front of the matter. So let's, as presiding officer, let's move very slowly. Let's not assume. Let's take a teaching approach. Let's assume people don't know, yeah, and take them through every process and things like that. Not just yourself, also the secretariat. Yeah, because once you think people it's laughable that they don't know and then they look like they are idiots, they would respond. But I think when you just say, now what we are doing A, B, C, and D.
Okay.
So thank you.
Thank you very much. Honorable Amupanda, I really didn't want to go into a dialogue, but I remember my words very clearly. If you are referring to the day you acknowledge Honorable Itana. No, it's that day. It's the only day I said something. I said, in future, the Deputy PM has written to me a note. In future, just notify the presiding officer with a note. I was referring to that. Because if you give the messenger just a note to bring something to my attention, there is less inconvenience in that process. That is what I was referring to. And that's why I even explicitly indicated and take out the pink note to say this is the note that was written by the Deputy PM. To reaffirm that there is nothing wrong to error. There is only if there is reluctance to take stock. And that's why I asked the question, is there a need to reinforce or redo the induction? And the answer was affirmative. So that's the process we are going to take. I also take the advice there that this induction only took place somewhere else, never in the chamber. So maybe we also need a formal practical session to indicate the do's and the don'ts. That's what we have consensus agreed, isn't it? And it's in that process that I said. But if you are referring to I said explicitly, just write a note will come, and then we can take matters from there. Okay, thank you. So maybe for the due process, I must just restart the process. Isn't it? Just for the record. The whole House committee is called to order. We are here. The committee is to consider appropriate Bill 6 of 2005. I put vote 1, that one of the President, 1,458,162,000 Namibian dollars for introduction by the Right Honorable Prime Minister.
Chairperson of the whole House Committee, and thank you very much for educating us, especially us who are freshmen and women, honorable members, and fellow Namibians. I rise before you today as I present the budget allocation in respect of Vote 1, Office of the President, for the 2025-2026 financial year. Yeah, we welcome him to Swapo. Honorable Chairperson of the whole House Committee, over the past year, Namibia and the world were shattered by the loss of the third President of the Republic of Namibia, His Excellency Dr. Hage Geingob, who passed away on the 4th February 2024. May his soul continue to rest in peace. On that same day, during that difficult time for our nation, we experienced a smooth transition of power to His Excellency Dr. Nangolo Mbumba, the fourth President of Namibia, who guided us through this period of grief. His Excellency Dr. Nangolo Mbumba has remained composed while leading the nation through difficult times. On 8th February 2025, His Excellency Nangolo Mbumba faced another challenging task, announcing to both the Namibian people and the world the passing of the founding president and father of the Namibian nation, His Excellency Dr. Sam Shaka Uyoma. May his soul continue to rest in eternal peace. As a nation, we express our gratitude to the former president, His Excellency Dr. Nangolo Mbumba, for his strength and dedication, and indeed for his firm leadership during those difficult times in Namibian history. Honorable Chairperson of the whole House Committee, honorable members, on behalf of the government and the people of Namibia, I would like to once again congratulate Her Excellency Dr. Netumbo Nandi Ndaitwah on her inauguration on the 21st March 2025 as the fifth President of Namibia, the first female President of our Republic, and the second elected female President on the African continent. I wish Her Excellency the President's strength and wisdom to lead the Namibian people to greater heights of unity and prosperity. Equally, I congratulate Her Excellency Comrade Lucia Vetboy on her appointment as Vice President of the Republic of Namibia. Goes without saying, equally congratulate our first female speaker, the former Prime Minister, now the Speaker, Comrade Sarah Kongela Madira. Honorable Chairperson of the whole House Committee, honorable members, I now turn my attention to the budgetary highlights and priorities of the Office of the President, totaling 1,458,162,000 Namibian dollars for the 2025. Can I continue? Okay. For the 2025, he's the boss, so for the 2025-2026 financial year. This budget comprises 1,213,000,000 162,000 Namibian dollars allocated for operational expenditure, representing 83% of the total budget, and 245 million Namibian dollars allocated for development expenditure, representing 17% of the total budget. These figures represent an increase of 466,341,000 Namibian dollars in comparison with 991,821,000 Namibian dollars allocated during the 2024-2025 financial year. This increase resulted from the three directorates that were transferred to the Office of the President, namely Marginalized Communities, Disability Affairs, and the Upstream Oil and Gas Directorate. Honorable Chairperson of the Whole House Committee, honorable members, before I present the breakdown of the figures of this year's budget, allow me to account for the previous financial year budget allocation for the Office of the President, Vote 1. The budget appropriation for the last financial year was 966,871,000 Namibian dollars. During the mid-term budget review, an additional amount of 25 million Namibian dollars was added during the financial year, resulting in the revised budget appropriation of 991,821,000 Namibian dollars. With this total budget, the Office of the President diligently allocated resources to both operational and development expenditures as follows. Operational budget, 887,221,000 Namibian dollars. Development budget, 104,600,000 Namibian dollars. Total budget expenditure, therefore, is 983,803,795 Namibian dollars and 70 cents. There was a variance totaling 8,017,204 Namibian dollars and 37 cents. Reason for the variance. These savings resulted from invoices not received on time from foreign suppliers, especially for the government air transport services, coupled with a foreign payments deadline of 7 March 2025. The Office of the President had committed to honor some of these invoices, but contractors could not complete their work on time. Thus, purchase orders had to be cancelled, which resulted in these savings. In terms of the execution rate for the operational budget, the execution rate was 99.24%, while for the developmental budget it was 98.19%, resulting in an overall execution rate of 99.19% for the last financial year. These funds were predominantly allocated towards essential activities such as utilities, infrastructure maintenance, office equipment replacement, and providing safe, secure, and efficient air transport to the President and other VVIPs. Additionally, funds were used for implementation of former President's pension, renovation of the official presidential residence, and for construction of the Chief Hosea Kutako Museum and Homestead Shrine. These investments were instrumental in ensuring the efficient functioning of our esteemed institution, providing conducive working environment for our dedicated staff, and provision for suitable offices and accommodation for our leaders. Honorable Chairperson of the Whole House Committee, honorable members, on the 21st March 2025, Namibia entered into a new era of governance, the 8th administration, with the historic inauguration of the first ever female president and the 5th president of the Republic. The 8th administration comes against the backdrop of various challenges facing our country, ranging from high youth unemployment, poverty, climate change, impact with resultant floods causing destruction of our road infrastructure, the outbreak of malaria, and inequality, to name but a few. This budget is instrumental in ensuring that the Office of the President continues to render effective advisory and administrative support services to the President in the execution of her constitutional mandate while implementing programs and projects from the SWAPO Party Election Manifesto 2025-2030, including its implementation plan, which is a blueprint for the 8th administration. Honorable members, looking ahead to the 2025-2026 financial year, the Office of the President has added additional responsibilities to its functions with the inclusion of 3 divisions to the President, or the Presidency, as has earlier mentioned, namely the oil and gas, marginalized communities, and disability affairs. With this addition, we are presented with new opportunities and challenges which necessitate additional funding for this financial year. The 2025-2026 financial year budget is necessary to enable the President, Her Excellency Dr. Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah, to continue leading the Namibian citizenry to prosperity. Her Excellency will also be enabled by this budget to continue building on the foundation laid by her predecessors since independence. This will be achieved by effectively and efficiently implementing projects as outlined in the SWAPO Party Election Manifesto, Implementation Plan, and the 6th National Development Plans, with the aim of accelerating the implementation of programs in key sectors, as she has indicated in her SONA yesterday, leading us towards the attainment of Vision 2030. This budget is a catalyst to unlock key sectors of our economy for sustainable development, such as oil and gas, while tackling the issues of youth unemployment, sustainable economic growth, and quality service delivery to the Namibian people. Honorable Chairperson of the Whole House Committee, honorable members, I now present to you the 2025-2026 financial year budget allocation for vote 1 of 1,458,162,000 Namibian dollars. The breakdown budget for vote 1, Office of the President, is divided as follows. Operational estimate, 1,213,162,000 Namibian dollars, and development estimate, 245 million Namibian dollars. The budget allocation to the Office of the President supports 4 programs, namely Program 1, Protection and Defense of the Namibian Constitution, Program 2, Democracy Consolidation, Program 3, Investment Promotion and Facilitation, Program 4, Policy Coordination and Support Services. As indicated earlier, I want to draw your attention to the addition of 3 new components to Program 99, namely marginalized communities, disability affairs, and upstream oil and gas division. On the aspects of marginalized communities, the function of marginalized communities division is to promote the social inclusion of marginalized communities. Our President made a conscious decision to bring back the division of marginalized communities to the Presidency under the Office of the Vice President to pay special attention to their needs and ensure their full integration into the mainstream economy. During the 2025-2026 financial year, an amount of 285,638,000 Namibian dollars has been allocated to the division of marginalized communities. The total operational budget amounts to 276,415,000 Namibian dollars, while the difference is for personnel expenditures. The operational budget covers the following activities: education, namely tuition fees, allowances, lodging fees, and provision of learner transportation, livelihood support, special feeding program, warehouse rentals, burial services, livelihood empowerment projects, post-resettlement support, and data management, provision of national documents, and the provision of adequate housing and sanitation. Honorable members, the bulk of the operational budget of the division, marginalized communities, goes to the programs in line with the Swapo Party election manifesto implementation plan. Furthermore, and listen carefully, deliberate efforts will be made in this financial year to purchase food items from producers in the regions to promote economic development and employment creation. Yes, please. Regional councils will be urged to initiate food production initiatives benefiting the marginalized communities. Honorable members, we have said this budget is specific to this program is 276,415,000 Namibian dollars. If this money is spent and utilized in the communities, most definitely it will be able to provide economic benefit to the majority of our people and also sustainability thereof. Hope not. Disability affairs. The core function of this division is to ensure the social inclusion of people with disabilities. On the upstream oil and gas, the function of this division is to promote the development of the oil and gas industries. Due to the significance of this sector, the department has been placed in the presidency to streamline oversight and accelerate development in this sector, to redefine Namibia's economic trajectory, and to maximize the benefit of these resources for the benefit of all Namibians. This industry is new to Namibia. Therefore, the main activities this year will focus on the capacitation of the sector, including the development of policies and review of the existing law to cater for development of this important national sector. I will discuss these programs and their respective financial allocations in more details. Program 1, Protection and Defense of the Namibian Constitution. This program renders administrative and technical support to the President. For this financial year, the allocation for this program is as follows. Operational budget of 119,731,000 Namibian dollars. The budget allocation will ensure administrative and technical support to the President and smooth and effective management of the private office. Provide press and media liaison services, policy research, speeches, and statements. Ensure provision of hospitality services and ensure that the medals for the conferment of national honors are available at all times. Program 2, Democracy Consolidation. This program covers expenditure related to rendering administrative and technical support services to the former presidents. In this financial year, the allocation to this program is as follows. Operational budget, 29,197,000 Namibian dollars. The program is complementary to the work of the head of state and aims to achieve several outputs, including improving democratic governance while supporting economic development and social advancement. Program 3, Investment Promotion and Facilitation Functions. This program supports the work of Namibia Investment Promotion and Development Board, NIPDB. which plays a pivotal role in driving investment, promote and facilitate from both local and foreign investors. During the 2024-2025 financial year, NIPDB was allocated a total of 135,937,000 Namibian dollars. This allocation continued to support the implementation of the board. The notable achievements that were facilitated by the board, investment board, in the previous year include, amongst other things, the following: 500 million invested in Arandes by High Iron to process iron ore using green hydrogen, creating 60 direct jobs. 60. Second, 232 million invested value in Divundu by Namibia Berries to cultivate blueberries for the first time in Namibia, creating 350 permanent jobs and 1,000 seasonal jobs during the harvest season. Number 3, 130 million invested at the Tunda irrigation project by Ochimbele Agriculture to plant a grape vineyard, creating 500 permanent jobs and 850 seasonal jobs during the harvest season. Next is 160 million invested in Ludritz by Kelp Blue to cultivate seaweed and produce a compound used in organic fertilizer and food, creating 92 employment opportunities, and 500 million invested in Wolfish Bay by Cleanergy to establish a green hydrogen refueling plant, creating 50 permanent jobs. These projects, together with others, make up a total of 11 investment projects with an investment value of 3.2 billion to date. Honorable Chairperson of the whole House Committee, honorable members.
Hey, veteran, please.
During 2025-2026 financial year, an amount of 150,137,000 Namibian dollars has been allocated to Namibia Investment Promotion and Development Board, which represents approximately 10% growth from the previous year. This allocation is expected to further strengthen and facilitate the implementation of the board's mandate with the following additions: economic diversification, namely the identification and development of new economic sectors and identifying segments of industry value chains that Namibia can develop to achieve our industrialization agenda. Increase in global presence to enhance economic diplomacy, access more export markets and increase foreign direct investment further. The Namibia Convention Bureau Office for continuing the momentum gain in the establishment of meetings, incentives, conferences, and the exhibition sector. The board has preliminarily identified 4 significant international events that Namibia will host during this financial year. Brand Namibia Office, tasked with ensuring that Namibia improves its international branding and increase the brand visibility and awareness of Namibia, establishing and reinforcing the brand image that Namibia wants to portray. And One-Stop Center. The center exists to facilitate prompt, efficient, timeous, and transparent services, as well as boost the confidence of both local and foreign investors in all productive sectors of the economy. Program 99, Policy Coordination and Support Services. The program, honorable members, caters for ensuring national security and stability, thereby contributing to the maintenance of peace, security, and stability. The program also provides safe, secure, and efficient air transport for VVIPs, the program further supports the representation of central government in regions. This is namely for governance. Provides services in support of the operations of the presidency, ensures social inclusion of marginalized communities and people with disabilities, and finally, promotion of oil and gas. Operational budget to this program is 666,080,000 Namibian dollars. The development budget is 125 million Namibian dollars. Directorate of Auxiliary Services, operational budget 248,017,000 Namibian dollars. Development budget 120 million Namibian dollars. Honorable Chairperson of the whole House Committee, honorable members, I'd like to emphasize that the budget allocation for the Office of the President for the financial year 2025-2026 is planned to be executed, amongst others, on the following activities: acquiring and upgrading outdated security and IT equipment, supervision and control of the upstream oil and gas operations, review of legislative framework to regulate the oil and gas, integration of marginalized communities, indigenous minorities into the mainstream economy, ensure participation and access of persons with disability in the socio-economic development through disability mainstreaming across all sectors, secure an office space for the former president as well as 3 new main divisions, provide safe, secure and efficient air transport services to Her Excellency the President, VP, PM, Deputy PM, Cabinet Ministers, etc., to local and international destinations, to maintain aircraft fleets and ensure flight safety, and provide administrative support to Her Excellency the President, former President, regional governors, and presidential advisors. Honorable Chairperson of the whole House Committee, honorable members, it is now my singular honor to submit the proposed budget of 1,458,162,000 Namibian dollars for vote 01 for this August House favorable consideration. I thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, now, in terms of our time, and since we started awkwardly, maybe we must break up until 10:40. Okay. Thank you. I will come and read it.
From the heart of Africa, where stories unfold, voices are heard, and the pulse of the nation beats. Welcome to NBC One, Namibia's most trusted news source. At NBC One, we bring Namibia and the world to you. Join us for a full range of content, news, interviews, documentaries, live parliamentary broadcasts, and so much more. Stay informed, stay engaged, stay connected. NBC One, your source for news that matters.
What's up, squad? Yes, it's coming back to you live and direct on your screens. Yep, you guessed it. Your favorite show, JTZ, is back in action. And this time, we're coming in hot. So, get ready to vibe with us every Friday on NBC2.
Intelligence. There is a huge agreement now that AI, artificial intelligence, is going to be the most dominant technology of the next 20 years or so in military as well as in any other human missions.
Weapon systems such as Pitball or Dogo have only been made possible through more intelligent software. Faster, more accurate control of the weapons through programs means that more jobs can be taken off human hands.
There are various different stages of technology.
Sure, as I said, it's just the rule, and the rule are ours. And no, the rule is ours. Everybody has got a book. The ones who were interested, I reach out, we reach consensus, we are in agreement. It's just for our interest also going forward to read and also help each other. Okay. Therefore, having completed the first part, I will put vote 2, that one of the Right Honourable Prime Minister, with an amount of 635,936,000 Namibian dollars for introduction by a rightful Prime Minister. Oh, by the right Honourable Prime Minister. Okay. It's a dream come true, so don't worry, we'll be excited for 5 years.
Yeah, Honorable Chairperson of the Whole House Committee, Honorable members, we are learning. Thank you for the education. It is once again an honor for me to introduce to the National Assembly the motivation for the budgetary allocation of vote 02, Prime Minister for this financial year, or be it Office of the Prime Minister. This motivation is delivered subsequent to Her Excellency Dr. Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah, President of the Republic of Namibia, delivering the State of the Nation address in this August House on the 24th of April 2025, or AKA yesterday. The SONA outlined the government achievements for the past year and the priorities for the current financial year. The budget allocation for vote 02, Prime Minister, is, as was indicated by the Chairperson of the Whole House Committee, amounts to 635,966,000 Namibian dollars. Honorable members, summaries of the activities and achievements for the 2024-2025 financial year. The vote allocation budget for the last financial year was 1,942,170,000 Namibian dollars. The actual expenditure amounted to 1,927,133,064 Namibian dollars and 19 cents, translating into a budget execution rate of 99.23%. I now provide a summary of achievements per program for the last financial year. Under Program 1, Coordination and Administration of Government Leadership. The activities under this program included administrative and technical support to the Prime Minister to coordinate government administration, including coordinating the work of the Cabinet, coordinating the activities of the high-level committee on implementation of land conference resolutions, coordinating national events, as well as coordinating the National Disaster Risk Management. I'm pleased to inform the August House that a number of impactful initiatives under Program 1 were successfully executed during the reporting period, such as amendment of the Namibia Student Financial Assistance Fund governance model, development of the National Human Resources Development Plan, operationalization of the High-Level Committee on the Second National Land Conference, operationalization of the Food and Nutritional Council, implementation of the voucher system for disaster management, operationalization of the innovation policy, drafting of the public-private partnership policy, and development of the public service staff rule on home ownership to provide for pension-backed home loans, as it was indicated in this August House. As part of coordination of the implementation of the resolutions of the Second Land Conference, quarterly meetings of the high-level committee were convened to consider the progress made by OMAS in the implementation of the resolutions. The reports on the implementation of the Land Conference resolutions are published from time to time to update the public. The reports on the implementation of the different programs are contained under the medium-term reports of the respective OMAS. And Program 2, Coordination of Disaster Risk Management. During the last financial year, Namibia was hard hit by one of the worst drought situations across the country. In total, the government, together with the development partners, local institutions, and individuals, have spent around 1.4 billion in providing humanitarian assistance and resilience-building measures to the communities. The National Drought Program carried out the following activities: food relief to the amount of 1.1 billion, implementation of the Commodity Beneficiary Management Information System, livestock marketing support to the amount of 86.7 million, water provision projects to the amount of 89 or 88 million, in partnership with the Line Ministry of now Agriculture, Fisheries, Water and Land Reform. It's a new name. Several boreholes were drilled and rehabilitated. Major water provisions projects initiated and completed, which include Onamatanga Water Line Project in Omsati, Omashete Pipeline Project, Erongo region in the Daures constituency. The other one, Onamatanga, is in Rwakana constituency. Then Okangwati Hamaremba Water Project, which is in the Pupa constituency of Kunene region. This improved access to clean water for both people and livestock drought-affected areas. And then support to agricultural farmers to the amount of 50 million. The Office of the Prime Minister has transferred 50 million to the Ministry of Agriculture, Water and Land Reform to procure fodder for 25 million and seeds 25 million for distribution to farmers at subsidized price at all the agricultural centers in order to strengthen local food systems and resilience. Honorable members, under Program 3, Champion Public Service Management. This program is aimed at responding to citizens' expectations with regard to efficient and effective service delivery by fostering ethical and professional public service delivery culture and practice. Honorable members, under public sector innovation, the DPSIR continued with boot camps and capacity building of innovation communities and innovation champions in OMAS, regional council, state-owned enterprises, local authorities, specifically focusing on design thinking and unearthing innovative practices to improve public service delivery. Under Citizen Satisfactory Survey, the 2023 Citizen Satisfaction Survey was successfully completed in 2024. An amount of 3.2 million has been spent on the achievement of this goal, according to the strategic plan of OPM, the Harambee Prosperity Plan, and the National Development Plan 5. Honorable members, under 2.6, that's namely Program 4, improve the constitutional obligation of the Public Service Commission. The Public Service Commission, amongst others, provide advice to the President and government on the appointment of suitable person to specified categories of employment in the public service, with special regard to balance structuring thereof. The exercise of adequate control over such person in order to ensure a fair administration, personnel policy, remuneration of such persons, and all other matters which by law pertain to public service. Honorable members, Program 5, improve public service information technology management. This program focuses on the coordination and implementation of government online services to enhance efficiency, accelerate public service delivery, and drive digital transformation of the public sector. On the e-procurement system, a comprehensive digital solution that allows public access to procurement plans rather, bid advertisement, bidding documents, bid opening reports, notices of award, and bid evaluation summaries via user-friendly web application. On citizenship management system, developed to streamline the management of constitutional matters related to citizenship, improving record-keeping administrative processes. On commodity beneficiary management information systems, a beneficiary management system was developed to register and manage disaster-affected households, as well as track the grants allocated to support households. As part of this system, an electronic voucher component was implemented, enabling beneficiaries to redeem food vouchers at registered retail outlets, including in places like Berseba. Yeah. Improve, yes, welcome, Honorable Member. Improve cabinet administration support management. During the year under review, the office provided administrative and secretarial support for meetings of the cabinet. The biannual reports on the implementation of cabinet decisions were compiled and submitted to cabinet for approval. The department cabinet secretariat coordinated the national events such as state funerals, Heroes Day commemoration, and Independence Day celebrations. Furthermore, under this program, monthly meetings are held between the secretary to the cabinet and the executive directors. Quarterly performance reviews are also undertaken by the secretary to the cabinet and executive directors to foster leadership and high-performing public service culture. Under Program 7, improve policy coordination and support services. Coordination of national food and nutrition security interventions. During the last financial year, the Office of the Prime Minister effectively coordinated and supported several key initiatives aimed at strengthening food and nutrition security. The allocated budget of 400,000 Namibian dollars was utilized to advance the objectives of the National Food and Nutrition Security Policy. Furthermore, collaboration with the World Food Programme was strengthened through the existing Memorandum of Understanding, with renewed focus on implementing high-impact food security programs in rural areas. As part of this partnership, the World Food Programme mobilized resources to pilot the National Rapid Rural Transformation Initiative at Ben Hur in the Omaheke region. Yes, Chaka, Ben Hur, Ochombinde. Constituency? Kalahari. These initiatives include Okonjombo village. Okonjombo? Yeah, that one. I endorse what you said. Yes. These initiatives are coordinated under the leadership of the Ministry of Urban and Rural Development, with the Office of the Prime Minister providing strategic oversight and coordination. In partnership with the United Nations International Children Emergency Fund, UNICEF, a comprehensive communication and behavioral change strategy is currently under development. This strategy seeks to raise public awareness, promote healthy dietary practices, dispel nutritional misconceptions, and foster multi-sectoral collaboration to ensure equitable access to nutritious food for all Namibians. Yeah, that's all Kunene. There's also Kunene in Berseba. Yeah. Klem lachto. Yeah, barefoot. The following national state events were held during the year under review. State and official funerals, 16 of them, about 38 million, 0.4 spent. Heroes Day, 2.5 million. Independence Day, 25.6 million. Honorable Chairperson of the Whole House Committee, honorable members, I now move to the motivation of vote 02, program for the financial year 2025-2026. The budget allocation for vote 02, office of the Prime Minister, is 635,966,000 Namibian dollar, of which 585,966,000 Namibian dollars is for operational expenditures. 50 million Namibian dollars is for development expenditures. The vote budget is clustered around 7 programs as follows. 1, coordination and administration of government leadership. In our continued pursuit of excellence, the planned activities for this financial year, with a budget allocation of 29,160,584 Namibian dollars, will include coordinating the work of cabinet and government business here in Parliament, government administration, public service management, and research to come up with fit-for-purpose-driven solutions and timely policy interventions, stakeholder engagements, initiating and implementing targeted special projects for socio-economic upliftment, leading high-level committee meetings on the implementation of the Land Conference resolutions, the coordination of national events, national disaster risk management throughout the country, including BERSEP. The coordination and implementation will be facilitated through spearheading a common sense economic development, making sure that every household in Namibia must feel the positive impact of the services provided by their government. I repeat, the coordination and implementation will be facilitated through spearheading a common sense economic development agenda, making sure that every household in Namibia must feel the positive impact of the services provided by their government, including Sneyfontein Bersepa. I must say, in so doing, continuous reviews of policies, laws, processes, performances, and the way of doing business in the public service will be a routine activity. In supporting Her Excellency President Dr. Netumbo Nandi Ndaitwah's vision in full, the Prime Minister will be deliberate and relentless in providing leadership that is focused on making sure that bureaucratic excuses should never be a stumbling block in providing coordination of disaster risk management. This program is allocated 221,808,411 Namibian dollars. The National Drought Program continues to be implemented until 30 June 2025. Hence, an amount of 200 million Namibian dollars has been allocated to this program during this financial year, 2025-2026. The allocated budget will be used to fund the following activities, honorable members. Implementation of the National Drought Relief Program, which, as we said, is concluding in June 2025. Conducting the annual vulnerability assessment and analysis, honorable members. And here, once again, is common sense. When there is assessment or any study being done, the young professionals, especially those that are unemployed, must take center stage. deliberately so. Establishment and operationalization of the National Emergency Operations Center, development of the National Resilience Building Strategy, review of the Disaster Risk Management Policy, review of the National Strategy for Mainstreaming Disaster Risk Reduction, Climate Change Adaptation into Development Planning in Namibia 2017 to 2021, as recommended by the terminal evaluation conducted in 2024, and continue rolling out the Commodity and Beneficiary Management Information System, Food Voucher System. Honorable members, on this one, it is an IT-related activity. And again, we will be deliberate. There are many young people who have skills in IT, many of whom are sitting at home. So Her Excellency has given the Prime Minister a directive to ensure that a database is created for all young people with IT expertise. They will be the ones to come and do the work that we are reading here.
Klingi.
The current drought relief program for the 2024-2025 financial year is ending, as we have said, June 2025. Encouragingly, most regions have received normal to above rainfall. There's a positive prospect of good harvest in crop-growing regions with good rangelands. Therefore, the Office of the Prime Minister will shift the focus in 2025-2026 to strengthening resilience building programs, enhancing disaster risk reduction advocacy efforts, and mainstreaming disaster risk reduction across all sectors for sustainable development. We must be found ready in the next rainy season. Honorable members, Program 3 is championing public service management. This program is allocated 80,392,923 Namibian dollars. In regards to the public service management, it will be capacitated by providing training to OMAS and regional councils on new framework and latest development for wellness and integrity committee. You have heard this in the SONA. Her Excellency was touching on that there must be constant and consistent training, even of those that are already employed. To provide training, online declaration of interest to OMAS, to provide technical support to OMAS and regional councils for all three forms: performance management systems, business process reengineering, and customer service charter. To conduct customer service charter audit in all OMAS and regional councils. To provide technical support to all OMAS regional councils to develop to align to the national NDP, I think now 6, Next is 6. NDP 6. To coordinate the implementation of the African Charter on the Values and Principles of Public Service and Administration. To coordinate the implementation of the African Charter, to develop human resource and succession planning framework. On the public service innovation and reform, public sector innovation, the office, that's now the Prime Minister's office, will host the Public Sector Innovation Conference and Awards in 2025. Once again, these are the young people who have and possess expertise in this particular field. So we have heard them, and we must be able to say to them, we want you to be at the center stage of what we are doing. One-stop service center. The Directorate Public Service Innovation and Reform is busy setting up the one-stop center for the government. Under Program 4, improve the constitutional obligation of the Public Service Commission. The program is allocated 37,476,996 Namibian dollars. In terms of Section 6, subsection 3B of the Public Service Commission, Act 1990, Act 2 of 1990, the Public Service Commission, in terms of its duties and functions, are, quote, shall have the power to inspect all such official documents and records and to obtain all such from the functionary concerned or the executive head of the council, board, institution, or body concerned, as in its or her opinion may be necessary to inspect or obtain to advise the President or the Minister concerned, unquote. Under this program, the Office of the Prime Minister will continue to enable the operations of the Commission and to implement capacity building training programs for commissioners and the Secretariat. Under Program 5, honorable members, improve public service information technology management. This program is allocated 73,584,811 Namibian dollars. The allocation supports IT infrastructure upgrades, including the acquisition of servers, security solutions, software, and related hardware to strengthen the government's hosting environment for e-government services. The office continues to provide IT support, internet and email services to offices, to OMAS, in short, and oversee the coordination of digital service delivery. Aligned with the priorities of the Fourth Industrial Revolution and the National Development Plan, NDP6, the following projects are planned for 2025-2026 financial year. Implementation of various automated government systems, and then improve cabinet administration support management. This program is allocated 16,578,137 Namibian dollars. The program entails activities to provide technical and administrative support to cabinet and its standing committees. This includes monitoring the implementation of cabinet decisions. As part of the activities, the Cabinet Secretariat developed a biannual report on the implementation of the cabinet decisions and coordinate the hosting of national events. And Program 7, improve policy coordination and support services. This program is allocated 177,964,139 Namibian dollars. This program aims to strengthening food security and nutrition across Namibia. Honorable members, I could see Honorable Theophilus is impressed how I'm able to recite all these numbers. Yeah, so it's the old ones, when she was saying that the old people cannot read these numbers. So, so Honorable, so the numbers have been made as Topis friendly. They have been written down so it is easier for us to read. So, in words. The secret is out, so give us a round of applause. Otherwise, you got the impression that this Topis is an Elias part. So, in conclusion, Honorable Chairperson of the whole House Committee, honorable members, on that lighter note, I submit for the consideration and approval of this August House the proposed budget of 635,966,000 Namibian dollars as set out in the schedule of the appropriation bill for 2025 vote 02, Office of the Prime Minister. I thank you very much. I sit down.
Thank you. I now put vote for the one of the Auditor General, the topic again, 131,675,000 Namibian dollars for introduction by the Prime Minister.
Thank you very much, Honorable fellow Topi. Honorable Chairperson of the whole House Committee, honorable members, I rise to motivate vote for Office of the Auditor General. This office serves as an independent and impartial body. established with specific powers, functions, and duties as outlined in its enabling legislation. Its core mandate is to ensure accountability and transparency in the utilization of public funds, achieved through diligent audit reports submitted to this august House. The Auditor General's reports have consistently underscored key issues in governance and public financial management that require the urgent attention of accounting officers. These reports offer independent audit assurance to all stakeholders in line with international auditing standards and in fulfillment of the legal mandate concerning the responsible and efficient use of public resources. I'm pleased to inform this august House that the Office of the Auditor General continues to make notable progress in implementing its strategic plan. The Office achieved a 77% for the annual plan 2024-2025 and a 74% overall on the implementation of the strategic plan. This progress reinforces our commitment to fulfilling constitutional duties and includes targeted initiatives aimed at fostering transparency, accountability across public institutions. Building upon the remarkable achievement of the previous year, I am pleased to report continued progress towards achieving financial and operational independence. The enactment of the Audit Bill, which aims to strengthen the powers, responsibilities, and functions of the Auditor General, will assist the Auditor General by introducing punitive measures to OMAs, accounting officers, and executive directors when found to not have used state resources appropriately. In addition, the bill will support the Office of the Auditor General by holding auditees accountable when they do not comply with the audit process and statutory reporting deadlines. Thus far, the bill has been aligned to all other applicable legal frameworks necessary for its enactment. As part of our ongoing commitment to achieving excellence in auditing and operations and to enhance transparency and accountability in budget management, the Office planned to conduct a total of 156 audits. However, only 151 audits were conducted during the previous financial year due to non-submission of financial statements. These reports cover audits of local authorities, OMAs, state-owned enterprises, various public funds, and regional councils as dictated by the respective statutory laws. The Office has also maintained its focus on performance audit, addressing crucial areas such as the management of wildlife in Namibia's national park. Furthermore, efforts to sustain the production of audits have been bolstered by the recruitment and training of new auditors. We recognize that capacity limitations, especially staffing shortages, continue to pose challenges in meeting audit timelines. In response, the Office is intensifying its training programs and ramping up recruitment efforts. Addressing the high turnover of trained auditors is a priority, and the full implementation of the professionalization strategy is essential to attracting, developing, and retaining qualified public auditors. Establishing the Office as a leading center for public auditing training remains a core objective. Honorable members, the Auditor General's objectives assessment of financial compliance, operational effectiveness, and the protection of public resources across the state institutions are crucial in maintaining good governance and accountability to the public. As an independent and technically qualified body responsible for reviewing the accounts of public entities, the Auditor General provides Parliament and the public with unbiased insights, identifying cases of fund misuse, procedural breaches, capacity issues, or lapses in control that demand immediate attention. By spotting risks and performance issues early, the Auditor General empowers decision makers and the public to take proactive measures, preventing larger failures down the line. The reports issued by the Auditor General are vital for informed policy making and the responsible allocation of taxpayer funds for effective public service delivery. Honorable Chairperson of the whole House Committee. So you see, Honorable Ampanda, I'm reading so that I say the name properly. Honorable Chairperson of the whole House Committee. Honorable Speaker, during the 2025-26 financial year, the office plans to finalize 160 audit reports. This total includes OMAS audit reports, regional and local authority, and statutory body audit reports, asset inspection audits, and specialized audit reports. Honorable members, I would also like to highlight the planned performance and environmental audits for the 2025-2026 financial year. This includes a performance audit on the implementation of Sustainable Development Goals 2.3 and 2.4, both of which support the broader objectives of ending hunger through sustainable food production. SDG 2.3 seeks to double the productivity and incomes of small-scale food producers, while SDG 2.4 emphasizes the need for sustainable food production systems and resilient agricultural practices. Additionally, an environmental follow-up audit is planned, focusing on the management and control of marine and inland fisheries resources. Honorable members, Honorable Chairperson of the whole House Committee, I think it is important for us as members of Parliament, specifically for this SDG 2.3 and 2.4. It says we must support small-scale food producers. And that process requires us to do what? Common sense economic empowerment. It means when we go to a Pukiro and even Oshombinde, if we find that there is malnutrition there, we go at household level and drill boreholes for those communities and assist them with food production at that level. So that common sense is what will empower people, and especially the youth who have the passion in food production, to be able to add their voice and also to make a contribution tangibly to food security. Yeah. So Honorable Leader of the official opposition has also declared his interest. So we can make it also the small-scale food producers. These are the ones that we have to be able to think out of the box. And I think that is what is intended in terms of the Sustainable Development Goals. Because otherwise it becomes only a good speak, but practically people are not feeling it. So it is our obligation, even Queenstown, Queensland. Yes, Queensland. He's a food producer also. He's saying yes, including the bishop. Thank you, honorable members. As the office expands its audit capabilities in key sectors, including the extractive industries, the Office of the Auditor General expects to make valuable contribution to the government's objectives in areas through and impactful audits. Honorables, this is not Honorable Speaker, I must say Honorable members, and Honorable Chairperson of the whole House Committee. In the 2025-2026 financial year, the office will prioritize 3 key programs. Program 1, independence and legal framework. Program 2, public expenditure oversight. Program 99, policy coordination and support services. Allow me to provide details on each of these programs. Program 1, independence and legal framework. The top priority of the Auditor General remains achieving and maintaining financial and administrative autonomy. alongside securing adequate human, material, and financial resources. Operational and fiscal independence is critical for the Auditor General to fulfill its constitutional mandate and drive improvements in governance for the national public interest. This will be accomplished through greater impartiality and expanded audit scope and visibility, enhanced public confidence, and stronger reforms. Therefore, an amount of 2,813,000 Namibian dollars is requested to fund this program. Program 2, Public Expenditure and Oversight. This program covers the office operating expenditure related to programs, services, projects, and other state operations funded by the national budget. It supports the primary mission of auditing state entities, annual audit reports submitted to Parliament, promote transparency, enabling legislative discussion that shape budgetary measures to address gaps identified by the Auditor General. This initiative aims to enhance governance and accountability in the use of public funds, leading to improved citizen services and development. The public spending monitoring program relies on robust audit reporting mechanisms to ensure that taxpayer money is utilized responsibly. An amount of 85,246,000 Namibian dollars is required to fund this program. Program 99, Policy Coordination and Support Services. This program supports the Office overall administration by providing logistical and technological support to its audit divisions. It includes human resource management, training and development, strategic planning and performance management. An amount of 43,611,000 Namibian dollars is required to fund this program. In light of these goals and the current economic situation, I recommend a budget allocation of 131,670,000 Namibian dollars under the appropriation bill for 2025-2026. This funding will allow the office to fulfill its obligations under the State Finance Act and ensure the accuracy of government financial reporting. Honorable members, Honorable Chairperson of the whole House Committee. In conclusion, it is vital to equip the Auditor General with the necessary tools and resources to overcome key challenges affecting the office performance. These include the lack of institutional independence due to the absence of enabling Audit Act, limited financial resources, inefficient manual systems, and difficulties in retaining skilled staff. Addressing these issues is essential to enhancing the office capacity and fulfilling its constitutional mandate. This, Honorable Chairperson of the whole House Committee, honorable members, this concludes my budget motivation for Vote 0 for Auditor General. I sincerely appreciate your attention and humbly plead that you consider my request. Let us continue working together to strengthen accountability and integrity within our government institutions. I thank you very much.
Thank you. Next one. Next one is vote 24, that one of the National Planning Commission.
26.
Yo, thank you. Next is vote 24. Is that topic? You know. 26 of National Planning Commission with an amount of 71,628,000 Namibian dollars for introduction by the Right Honorable Prime Minister.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chairperson of the whole House Committee. I'm now catching up on the name. Honorable members, I rise to present the motivation for the budget allocation for Vote 26, National Planning Commission, for the financial year 2025-2026 and the corresponding medium-term expenditure framework. The National Planning Commission, as you are aware, is mandated under Article 121 of the Constitution, has a responsibility to plan the priorities and direct the course of national development. The National Planning Commission also monitors the effectiveness of development programs through monitoring and evaluation. As I start with this presentation, allow me on behalf of the National Planning Commission to congratulate Her Excellency Dr. Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah on her historic election and the assumption of the role of the first female and fifth president of the Republic of Namibia. Honorable Chairperson of the whole House Committee, the votes are independent. Each one is prepared independently. I will be remiss. I'll be remiss. Yeah, you see, it's a youthful eighth parliament.
But you are just a messenger, so you are just delivering the message as delivered to you.
Honorable Chairperson of the whole House Committee has ruled. This milestone solidifies Namibia's women empowerment. I also congratulate Honorable Erika Shafuda for the noble task of presenting the budget to this august House. The budget allocation for Vote 26 National Planning Commission for financial year 2024-2025, in terms of summary of activities and achievements, was 232,488,000 Namibian dollars. The expenditure incurred in the last financial year amounted to 224,281,848 Namibian dollars, which translates into a budget execution rate of 96.4%. Let me start to highlight the activities undertaken during the last financial year. The 2023 Economic Development Report remains one of NPC's annual flagship reports, which provides 5-year synopsis on socio-economic developments at the global, regional, and domestic levels. The report informs stakeholders on latest developments from the rest of the world and the impact on Namibia's sustainable and socio-economic development landscape. The second one is the 2024 Poverty, Vulnerable, and Inequality in Namibia. An estimation of recent trends report was produced. The report provides 3 aspects. 1, estimates of the number of people living in poverty and those at risk of falling into poverty using Namibia Income Expenditure Survey 2015-2016 data. 2, an assessment of income and wealth inequality. And 3, the causes of inequality and how the current national and international crises have affected poverty inequality in Namibia. The development budget for the last financial year up to 2026-27 MTEF period was coordinated and the budget book produced. The development budget details all capital projects financed by the government and official development assistance during the MTEF period. The monitoring and evaluation policy and evaluation guidelines were developed. The guidelines provide overarching guidance in undertaking monitoring and evaluation activities within the public sector. Mobilize official development assistance from various development partners, which amounted to 2.5 billion. Welcome, Honorable Emma. I was just telling them that you were very impressed by this topic reading these numbers. But these numbers are made topics friendly. In words. Yes. NPC hosted the 2024 Development Partners Forum to enhance partnership with development partners and to support the implementation of the National Development Plan. Now, on this one, yes, it is important that, yes, there are relationships that we can have with development partners, but we are also learning that we cannot over-rely on those partners. Today it's good, tomorrow it might be bad. So therefore, national interests and national security must not be compromised, even when we are in relationships with development partners. So that is one message we want to underscore here. And it finalized and launched the Census Post-Enumeration Survey Report on 30 October 2024. The survey outcome is a critical tool in assessing the accuracy and completeness of the census data. Also conducted pilot survey on the Namibia House Income Expenditure survey in all 14 regions to test the readiness of the survey instruments and tools, including completion of time survey. The survey will be undertaken within this financial year. The drafting and stakeholder inputs of 6 National Development Plan, the 6th National Development Plan is a 5-year plan towards Vision 2030, and I believe that some honorable members here, you would have participated somehow in this consultation process. I hope so. Is that so? Honorable members, you have not participated? Okay. Honorable Chairperson of the whole House Committee, that is a part course we can take from here as we implement the financial year. As we embark on this new financial year, honorable members of parliament should be involved, should be informed, and should be educated like all of us. Arandis, okay. Yeah, maybe we go to Arandis. Thank you very much. The National Population and Housing Census main report was finalized and released on 30 October 2024. The census is conducted every 10 years, and its results provide useful information about the country's demography and other social economic factors such as the size of the population, socio-economic levels of the population. Honorable Chairperson of the whole House Committee, honorable members, vote allocation for the current financial year 2025-2026. In respect of the current financial year, the National Planning Commission is allocated a total budget of, Honorable Emma, listen to this carefully, 371,628,000 Namibian dollars. You see, the top is shining. Of which an amount of 311,628,000 Namibian dollars is to cater for operational expenditures. An amount of 60 million Namibian dollars is for development expenditures. The budget allocations in terms of programs are allocated to 4 programs. Program 1, macroeconomic planning. The program macroeconomic planning is responsible for conducting socio-economic research to inform national development planning and is allocated an amount of 14,214,000 Namibian dollars. The following are planned activities for the current financial year under this program. Production of the 2024 Economic Development Report, which provides a synopsis of socio-economic developments at the global, regional, and domestic levels. Of course, it goes without saying that the youth will be involved. Undertaking annual industrial survey as part of the macroeconomic working group, together with the Ministry of Finance, Bank of Namibia, and Namibia Statistic Agency. The survey is very crucial as it informs the national budget and the economic development report. Engagement with various sectors to produce the integrated national financial framework dialogue report. The overall objective of this dialogue is to initiate stakeholders' engagement to acquire high-level commitment that will enable to fast-track the implementation of the dialogue roadmap for a specific sector yet to be identified. It aims to significantly enhance the effectiveness and impact of development spending using available resources from public and private sector. Finalize the drafting and launch of the 6th National Development Plan. We were speaking about it and the need for all stakeholders, including honorable members, to be involved and sensitized. Formulation of the development planning framework for Namibia to guide the planning developmental activities. Undertaking of the skills audit and production of the skills gap report. The outcome of this skills audit will identify areas for future skills investments and also guide human resources development activities. I repeat, undertaking of the skills audit in the country and production of the skills gap report. The outcome of this skills audit will identify areas for future skills investment and also guide human resources development activities in the country. Honorable members, we are 35 years, and every year we have seen graduations. So, what are the skills that we have? And this assessment, and in terms of the NPC, our NPC, it must be practical, impactful, and that if you would allow me, Honorable Chairperson of the whole House Committee, the Honorable Police, they can train even a dog to be a police. A dog can be a police officer. Yes? So, the point I'm trying to make is, what about us as human beings who are trained? Most certainly, the skills that we have, if appreciated, if supported, it will be able to unlock so much everywhere, including in Arwap and Quest. So therefore, let's appreciate what we have, let's have an understanding of what we have, and let's support what we have. Let's not discourage it. The point, honorable members, is that we have a number of young people who went to school, who studied, who invested, or their parents invested, government invested, and some of these skills are just languishing. And we have to be able to work together and support this process and ensure that the outcome of this process is measurable in a manner that every household, you see, there are some households where you can find 5 young people with with degrees, just at home.
Just continue.
Autopsy is protected. We must support our people deliberately. Review of the National Human Resources Plan 2010 up to 2025. The NPC will collect the data that will inform the review of this plan. Post the review process, a 2025-2036 report will be produced to direct the country's human resources demand and supply. The greatest asset of every nation is its people. And according to our data, over 70% of those that partook in the last election are young people. And a great number of these young people are graduates, or at least skilled. And therefore this is what we must speak to. And from this side, and as I'm sure from that side, we are all united on this particular matter. So we work together to ensure that we are able to effect practical. Yes. So it can be up to CES. We can also make CES an example. Yes. Socio-economic research reports. The National Planning Commission will continue to carry out research on socio-economic issues, on identified issues, and further disseminate these reports to stakeholders. We will not only disseminate, we must implement. Our president says there is no work in progress or in the pipeline. So we must be able to be to say that if this is the finding, it must not gather dust, it must be implemented. I know Honorable Chief Whip agrees. So, on Program 2, Regional and Sectoral Planning and Policy Coordination, the program coordinates the development planning and budgeting and ensures the national development plans are implemented and that the development budget programs and projects are aligned to the national priorities as outlined in the national development plans. Under this program, the NPC strengthens regional planning and coordinates the formulation and the review of socio-economic public policies to ensure consistency with national objectives and priorities, as well as evaluate policy effectiveness. This program is allocated an amount of $15,967,000. In this financial year, the following activities will be undertaken under this program. Formulation of the regional development profiles and plans to profile each region properly in respect of statistics, comparative and competitive advantages to fully exploit regional economic potential through the identification and implementation of programs and projects which respond appropriately to the needs of the people and to outline the regional potential priorities. Evaluation of government socio-economic policies to establish their effectiveness and provide technical advice to ensure that policies implemented contribute to socio-economic development of the country. Coordinate the preparation of the development budget and review of the development projects. And then, most importantly, Program 03, monitoring, evaluation, and development partners coordination. This program is aimed at monitoring, evaluating, and reporting on government performance at the national and subnational levels, in line with the national development goals and objectives as stipulated in NDP plans. The program also involves mobilizing and coordinating development cooperation with development partners through negotiations and ongoing engagements. For this financial year, a total amount of $38,573,000 Namibian dollars is allocated. The following are the plan activities to be undertaken. Develop the monitoring and evaluation plan for NDP 6, a strategic document that outlines how NDP 6 will systematically be tracked, assessed, and how progress impact will be reported on. Develop a monitoring and evaluation tools to track progress in the implementation of national development programs. Strengthen data management by introducing the Soft Expert system, which is a digital platform to automate routine M&E tasks such as data collection and reporting, which will streamline operations. This software, hopefully software produced from Namibia, will reduce manual workloads, enhance operational efficiency, and provide accurate real-time information to guide informed decision-making. Under this activity, the monitoring evaluation dashboard will track projects and implementation. Strengthen collaboration with OMAS and agencies through the establishment of planning and monitoring evaluation units in OMAS. This activity is to align the planning, monitoring, and evaluation between the National Planning Commission and all offices, ministries, and agencies. Program 99, the other one, of course, is we will continue to work with development partners, but on our terms. Because no nation, whether it's a friend or a foe, will subordinate its national interest to yours. So we must always advance our national interest. Yes. Program 99, Supervision, Coordination and Support Services. This program includes activities related to administrative support, including financial and information technology, human resources, auxiliary service functions of national planning. Also include under this program is funding for production with emphasis of reliable statistics for the country by NSA. For the current financial year, an amount of and 2,874,000 Namibian dollars has been allocated. It is under the program that National Planning Commission, under this program that National Commission provides financial support to NSA and Africa Peer Review Mechanism to perform their mandate. Included under this program is the allocation of 60 million Namibian dollars development budget for the purchase of the office building for the National Planning Commission. The following activities are planned for the implementation during this year. To conduct Namibia Household Income Expenditure Survey, the NSA will conduct the Namibia Household Income Expenditure Survey during the period April 2025 to April 2026. This provides the following indicators amongst others: poverty, income distribution, inequality indicator, Gini coefficient, and it also provides the basket for the calculation of the consumer price index, as well as inputs for the accounts and gross domestic product. Conduct the pilot survey for census of agriculture, a comprehensive test of all census procedures in the whole statistical production chain. During the pilot census, all stages of the census processes will be tested. That's namely the listing, interviewing. I think here there is no way you can conduct either a pilot in a manner that is not integrated. If it is about agriculture, it must include water. You can't have agriculture without water. They go together, they are twins. So therefore, such a survey must be inclusive. And that is what we intend to do. In conclusion, Honorable Chairperson of the Whole House Committee, honorable members, with this motivation, I think I speak now for Upper Youth, Dr. Kaire Mbwende, our DG, and submit for the consideration and approval of this August House the proposed budget of Vote 26, National Planning Commission, totaling an amount of 371,628,000 Namibian dollars. With those words, I thank you and have a blessed weekend.
Thank you very much. Yes, Honorable Nashinge.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker and the Chairperson of the Whole House Committee. I just wanted to raise something with standing on the Rule 22, but not necessarily quorum, but to truly just caution us, ourselves as representatives of the people of this country, especially those that are going truly difficult times, that we are here to work. If you look on the other side of the house, it's extremely empty. And it's not even ministers or deputies. No, I'm saying majority of those, I'm speaking English. I'm saying majority of those that are not here are not even deputy ministers or ministers.
No.
So can you...
Okay, just wait. Just sit.
Can I just
No.
finish, Speaker?
Just sit. Honorable members, the rules are there, but let us also be practical. Let us just be practical in terms of the attendance on the other side vis-a-vis the fact that it's there. Yeah, notwithstanding the stage where we are, let us just be practical. The image, and that is what I'm saying, that it's this is the Prime Minister speaking, and we are just being drawn to the number that is required or the activity with which we are busy with. I don't think it's something unusual that does not warrant. It just calls us to the duty and the oath that we have taken, notwithstanding. So, yeah, with that, I think we have done justice with that, and that is for the chief whips. Thank you. That message is not for the table, but it's for the chief whips to take note, because they are in charge of their, that's why we have delegated functions, that there is a chief whip for each and every. Thank you very much. On a lighter note, normally, hello, thank you. On a lighter note, when there are special occasions, we normally announce it at the beginning. Now there was an intent, I was persuaded by two people from the other gender to say we don't want the speaker to announce the other gender. Yeah, it's English. Yeah, there is just gender and the other gender. And they requested, since it is the birthday of somebody whose name or surname is also associated with the month, and the other gender asked me, okay, so today, and that's why I was persuaded not to announce it by the speaker, but today is the birthday of Honorable Reverend. He looks surprised, but he knows, Salmon April. So, yeah, you see, that's why I was saying, okay, thank you. The ones who asked me to announce, they are the ones who make the loudest noise you could see. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Sit down. Sit down.
Okay. I shall, thank you very much. Since we are new, sorry, Honorable Hendrik, I think maybe it's just an omission and due to the state of the nation, but going forward, that's our intention, just to have a database and announce each and everyone's birthday. But you'll all agree that Salmon April is toch een ander klas. Is that me? Okay. Thank you very much. That's said and done. I shall report progress and ask leave to sit. Speaker will come.
NBC3 is bringing you an exciting experience to put you at the center of it all with Adobe.